Okay, I'm going to make this short because I don't really have time, but I just feel like I have to do something today because today was the big thing with Roe v. Wade. And, you know, I don't understand why people act like this is a big deal. Like, I don't understand it. It wasn't, this isn't shocking, this isn't new, and I'm just like, how much longer are we going to do this? How much longer as women, as mothers, as citizens, are we going to just take it and be like, oh, well, you know, they said jump, so I better hurry up and say how high? And, you know, I mean, who is honestly surprised that Republicans and conservatives don't have women's back? You know, who is surprised? Who expected any conservative on the planet to care about the reproductive rights of women? Like, who thought that? Nobody. Okay? We are mad at the wrong people. This was a surprise to no one. Oh my God, conservatives don't give a shit. Like, duh. Okay? I never expected Republicans or conservatives to care about my rights as a woman. Okay? What I expected was, you know, Democrats to care, so-called liberals, so-called progressives to care about my rights as a woman. And, you know, this should have done, it's like if you go to the store, if you know, load up the minivan with your whole family and the dog and go to the grocery store for 30 minutes and you come back and your house is on fire and you say, oh my God, what the hell happened? And somebody says, oh, it looks like your house is on fire. That's not really an answer, is it? Like, no shit, the house is burning. I know what fire is. I'm asking how, okay? I mean, it's not a surprise that this happened. I don't know why y'all are acting like, oh, this is the worst thing. We should have had this type of passion, this type of get up and go. We should have dusted off our fucking picket signs when Obama, okay, when Obama's lying ass, oh my God, see, I'm already getting like so furious about it, okay? We had, what was it, years ago, decades ago, we could have avoided this situation and had our rights solidified into law. We had every opportunity for years and years and years. So-called progressive administration after so-called progressive administration has let down the wants and needs of women. And now we're going to get mad at Republicans for doing what anybody could see coming from a mile away. It should have never gotten to this point, but we let it get to this point. You know, with our stupid blue no matter who, lesser of two evils. There's not two evils. It's one evil. You know, they are one evil. They are in on it. Y'all think it's a fucking coincidence that this happened at this time? They are in on it. Okay? They are, you know, there is no progressives. I mean, do y'all not see how much longer are we going to like be outraged come election time? You know, last time it was all Black Lives Matter. I mean, none of this shit is new. They don't give a fuck. And we are getting mad at the wrong people. Like I said, and nobody who with half a brain ever expected conservatives to think of, you know, our rights as women. Nobody expected that. What I expect is Democrats to do a fucking thing about our rights. But they would rather just let everything fall by the wayside and then, you know, here comes the primaries, here comes election time, and then be like, oh my God, now you gotta vote for us. If you hold up the proverbial gun to her head, then it's not a fucking choice, is it? It's not a choice. How much longer are we going to do this? Obviously, none of them are doing a fucking thing for us. None of them. And Elizabeth Warren, AOC, I mean, they are the worst of the worst of the worst. Every single politician that is a household name is a household name because they get their pockets lined by the very fucking machine that oppresses us. They are the oppressors. Okay? Bernie Sanders, that's why he's the biggest fucking joke of them all. You're not anti-war if you are going to support the pro-war machine. These people are inept, corrupt, fucking hypocrites. And Ilhan Omar was right when she said we have got to rip the fucking rod out by the root. She was right, but it's not the Minneapolis Police Department that's the problem. She is the fucking problem. Every single politician in D.C., without exception, including Trump, because the problem isn't D.C., the problem is fucking D.C., Wall Street. I mean, it's all of them. My God. It is like so obvious. And when people say, oh my God, I'm just outraged. You should have been outraged the day that Obama said, you know what, now that I'm in office, what I said about, signing this into law, I don't really give a fuck. I'm in office now. It's not my priority. We should have been this outraged then. I mean, are we fucking dumb? How much longer are we going to take this? Seriously. How much longer? Okay? And if you're a conservative, guess what? Trump's in on it too. There is no savior coming. Period. The top down is bullshit. We have got to rise up, literally and figuratively, from the grassroots and say, we're not going to take this shit. These empty fucking promises, holding a gun to her head, that ain't a choice. It's not. And how Trump was full of fucking shit. First of all, he's been best friends with Bill Clinton for how many decades? Y'all think that he stopped being friends with him? He was hobnobbing with Hollywood for decades. Y'all think behind the scenes he dropped all of his Hollywood connections? Of course not. It's a fucking game. There is no lesser of two evils. They're working hand in hand. Okay, to just feed off of our anger and get us into a frenzy and then be like, oh, well, we gotta vote blue now. I mean, are y'all fucking stupid? For real? I mean, it hasn't worked this time. It's not gonna work the next time. And Elizabeth Warren, they know that. All of them fucking know it. They don't care.